Nigeria has a long and rich cultural history, spanning centuries of artistic and historical achievements. From the ancient Ife bronze heads to Nok terracottas and Igbo-ukwu metalworks, the country's artistic legacy is globally recognized but increasingly vulnerable due to modernization, neglect, and illicit trade. Preserving these treasures is crucial not just for cultural identity but also for national pride and economic growth. Experts warn that without urgent preservation efforts, these invaluable artifacts could be lost to history. An art dealer and craftsman, Isah Lawan, warns that Nigeria's rich cultural heritage is facing a crisis as interest in traditional arts and craft dwindles among locals. The art merchant, who has been in the business for about 40 years, expressed disappointment over Nigerians' declining interest in their heritage.
I think the expatriates love it more than we Nigerians. They love it more than we Nigerians because when we have about 40, 50 Europeans that comes to the market, you can see about 30 would like to buy art artwork. We Nigerians, since we just it's our item, we don't put more interest on it. Anytime you can go to the artwork and art market and see what you can see and leave it. So it is because we don't know the value. We don't know the value of our culture. That is why. So the outsiders know the value of the culture because they don't have their own culture. They don't have culture. We thank God that we have culture, we inherit, and we want to promote it, and they help us to promote it.
According to him, the lack of appreciation stems from a growing cultural disconnect, worsened by the removal of traditional history and art education from school curriculums.
I think the school curriculum is where to focus our mind on so that they will teach our children for them to develop loving the art of their country so that our children will know more about art and our culture because it has already been it's dying self. As I said earlier, you can hardly see pupils of secondary schools with the history of area itself. If you have from the north, you can hardly get the history of. So they should introduce the history back to the school. Just for example, look at this. This is very historical something. Look at this. This is when the British invaded Nigeria. They, they go away with our chief Oberamwe. I think we have them about five Oberamwe. We have. I think the history of Yoruba. This is very good history of Yoruba. And from Benin, we have different Benin kings. We have Ewuare the Great, Ewuare the Second, Oberamwe, and all those things are the kings of Benin City. So this type of things, children should know that this is the time when British invaded Nigeria, and this is what really happens. They took him away.
The craftsman recommended that stakeholders adopt cultural education, awareness campaigns, and policy support to prevent Nigeria's artistic heritage from fading into obscurity.
Let their children know the importance of artwork for them to keep history in their mind. And the school should be like to promote or to encourage their pupils by going for an excursion in art markets for children to know different uh, art, art and culture. You see, so that this will our children can keep something in their mind for long. So this will make them to grow up to develop interest in having art, and they should keep you have a certain time for, let's say, the festival. You know that Testac festival brings a whole nation, the whole world into Nigeria just to see the African culture. So they should keep it up by mere introducing, or yes, introduce at least every year. If cannot be every year, let it be 5 years. Every 5 years, let's do the festival of art and culture so that it will still be in their mind.